Today we're going to be testing several accessories for your Meta Quest 3. The first accessory we're going to be testing is this flexible silicone rubber-like material, and it's for your stock strap. Now, as you know, the stock strap, it's a hit or miss with different people. I know a lot of people say that it's terrible, they can't stand it, it's crap or whatever. But remember, it's impossible for any company to make something ergonomically designed that will fit everybody. So for me personally, I'm fine with it. The reason I don't use it is because if I swap with my wife so she can play, it's a lot easier to do with other straps than with this one. But I have no problem using it. And also I prefer to have a strap battery. But if you want to use it, or in my case, if I want to use it in bed, like to watch a movie or something and the pillow, this one is easier. And I find that this adds a lot of comfort, release a lot of the pressure on the back of the head, and makes it much better. And it's a very cheap material. I think it's like $12 for this. So yeah, I will put a link on the description, but there's several of them on Amazon. I just found this one to be nice, so I picked this up. So this will be the first one. So regarding the stock strap, like I said, I find it fine, but this is going to vary a lot because everybody has different head size, shape, and preferences. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Give it a shot, and if you think it's sort of good, but you want some extra comfort, try one of these things. It might be all you need. And the second one that we're going to be testing or reviewing, in this case, will be the Meta Quest strap. This will be some extra grip and strap for your controller. Now, this one is like $40. Quite expensive for what it is. I mean, it's literally just a strap like this, and you replace the original compartment door with this one that has the strap is part of this here. So it's not attached to it, it's just inside. So it's neat, it's nice, but one of the things I don't like is you no longer have the wrist strap for it. So you could probably find a way to do it and still keep it, or a different one. But it would be nice to keep it there. Sometimes I just want to release it and fiddle with the headset or something, and it's a lot easier that way if you have the wrist strap. But in any way, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's nice grip, and it's very easy to adapt. One thing is compatibility with some of the chargers that I've seen and some of the docking stations. By having this, you won't be able to insert it correctly, so keep that in mind. In the official Meta Quest charging dock, you can do it. It just goes around it. It's a bit still awkward because it's a bit slippery, and I'll show you later. But overall, I like it. I just feel like it's way too expensive. It should be $20, $25 tops. But if you like the grips, this will do. And it doesn't block any sensors or anything, of course. So here we go. $40, the official Meta straps. The next one will be the Meta Quest Facial Interface. This is a silicone facial interface, different from the one that comes with the unit. And it's nice padded. It's very good for any workouts that you're doing, like Thrill of the Fight or Supernatural or anything along those lines, Beat Saber. When you're sweating a lot and you want to have somebody else use it, or even just the sweat itself, this is silicone material, so it's very easy to clean it, and it doesn't degrade as like the other one as the same way. So yeah, I recommend it. It blocks a little bit better here on the light on the nose gap, but it's not completely sealed. It's not a lot. So I wish somebody like VR Cover or other companies will come with something that blocks even more. I actually have a rubber or silicone cover for the stock facial interface, which has it's a very flimsy, rubbery material over the nose. But if you place it correctly, it actually blocks a lot more. And depending on the head strap that you're using, you can push it really close to your face and it blocks almost all of it. Some people prefer to see more. I like to block as much as possible. Maybe leave a little bit of a gap will be enough if I want to kind of lift my head and look around. But with the, you can just knock a couple of times on the headset if you want to look around. So yeah, it's a nice silicone material. It has the same feature as the other one where you can extend it so it has the buttons here, so you can extend it if you're wearing glasses and you don't want to risk scratching the lenses on the screens on the Quest, then you can just increase the gap with these buttons. Now, let's bring this up because this is my second one. The first one, this stopped working like in a week. Like literally, it will pull out, but it will just push in by just pushing in, right? You're supposed to hold the button and then drag it out and in. But yeah, like in a week, it was already pushing in, which defeats the purpose because you just stand it and then you put it and it will just go in. You're gonna get again against the glasses. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and if it happens again, I'll report about it. Hopefully, that was just a bad unit that I had, and it's not another issue with Meta accessories like we had with Quest 2 and the Elite Pro back in the day. But anyways, I recommend it if you swap a lot and you do a lot of workout type games like Supernatural, Beat Saber, and along those lines. And finally, we have the charging dock. This is the most expensive of the ones that I'm showing here. It's $130, and it's the official one. I have seen a couple of third-party ones coming out now, but this is the first one that was available when I bought the Quest 3, so I decided to grab it and see if I like it. It's fairly simple, and it's plastic piece. This is where the connectors are for the button of the Quest 3 to charge. And it comes with rechargeable batteries for the controllers, so the controllers will fit right here, just like this. And this is what I was mentioning before, that you can, even with this, you can just slide it right there. Now, I find that they are very easy to come out, like a little too easy. I wish it was a little bit more gripiness to it or something to hold it, because they're always like about to slide out of it. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but yeah. For 130, I don't think I'm nitpicking. Here you have the connector for the USB. It doesn't come with a charger, so you just use the same 18-watt charger from your Quest 3, and it charges them perfectly. I've seen some people reporting that it doesn't charge. That's not true. The 18 watts will recharge. If you use the 45, it's going to be faster, but honestly, I'm kind of old school. I prefer to charge them slowly and make sure that my battery lasts longer and more healthy life for how many years I will use the Quest 3 until the Quest 4 comes out. Now, in front of here, you have 3 tiny holes, and these are the lights. It's going to be amber when it's charging, and then they will turn green when they are charged. Placing the Quest 3 on this, it's at first, it was very tricky. I was very upset that it was so finicky, but the trick is that when you push it, you make sure that the cameras are just touching the border here. So the angle, if the cameras were touching here, the angle is going to be perfect for this, because there's not anything magnetic or anything to pull it down. So that's the only way to make sure that it charges. And of course, you will see the amber light or the green light here, but just make your life easier. Just make sure it's in that angle. And it works with third-party straps. I've used it with the Bobo M3, with the several other ones that I forgot the names now. And they all work. Just as long as you keep that angle properly, it will work. And they won't charge the other head straps, though. The only one that will charge through this is the Elite Pro. So the Elite Pro is the battery. When you connect in here, and it's of course connected to the head strap, it will charge the whole thing, which is brilliant and great. But there's a big issue, for me at least, and it's that after consulting with support, and I've seen some other people asking support us again, for me, the idea of this was just leaving my Oculus all the time here. The Oculus and MetaQuest. Leaving it here all the time. Anytime I want to use it, I just grab it and I'll play with it, put it back there, and I don't care. I will think that it will have some sort of overvolting, overvolt protection or something to stop it from keep charging and affecting the battery life. And it turns out that it doesn't. It turns out that Oculus, the support people is telling us that, and there's conflicting information. Some are saying that you should do it overnight and then the next morning just take it out of it. Others are saying that you can keep it a couple of days, but if you're gonna be more than 2 or 3 days without using it, then just remove it from the charger. And that bothers me because I spent $130 and I don't want to be messing with that. Now, I have it connected to a smart plug, so I can just tell Google to turn off the Quest 3 when I want to start charging. So, that's one way to do it. So there's a workaround. You can put a smart plug and just from time to time tell, Alexa, Google to turn it off. But I wish it was automatically stopping the charge somehow and not overcharging, because it's just the convenience, right? You're paying $130 for the convenience of having this. And, that kind of spoiled the fun for me. And I started looking into maybe a wall mount or waiting for a new charger by the third-party companies to come out instead. My only concern is hopefully they will take into account this, because I like the straps. So, and yep, I think that's the main concern I have with the third parties. I've seen some third party ones already, but I haven't seen anything that uses this. It just uses like a plug. I even saw that kind of like sideways, because it's charging. It's just plugging on the side USB ports. I don't want that. I want one that uses the port at the bottom. But yeah, at first I thought it was an easy recommendation, even at the $130 price. But if you're like me and you kind of like just want it, set it there and forget about it, and when you want to use it, it's 100% charged, then you might want to rethink that. Unless you don't care about the battery life or getting affected. I mean, whatever many years it will take to actually show any degradation. If you're like me, and you probably sell it in a couple of years, but I still kind of like, if I want to sell it, I want to make sure that the person that is buying it from me is getting a unit with a battery that's still healthy, right? I don't want something that will die on the person in a year or something like that. So, but that's just me. So, yeah, it's a mixed recommendation on this. It's good and not so good, depending on what your preferences are on using it. So, yeah, and well, that's pretty much it for all the accessories. I do have a lot of head straps that I'm going to be testing. I have 4 right now, head straps that I'm testing, including the Bobo M3 Pro and the official Elite with the battery. So you may want to stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing that review shortly. And you might be surprised by my findings or my personal preferences. Of course, it's all about preferences in the end. Doesn't mean that what I like is what everybody else is going to like. In any case, thank you for much for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment and all that. And let me know if you have any questions, any tests you want me to do with the new head straps that I'm going to be testing. And I'm also going to be doing a comparison to my Quest 2 before I sell it. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned.